Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's the Artsy Amateur, and today I am doing a very special commission painting for my husband. Let me know in the comments what you think I should charge him for this one. I haven't quite figured it out. But he did very sweetly and politely ask me to make him a camo styled painting for our garage. So it's very interesting because when he said that, I'm like, yeah, of course, that's awesome. I'm gonna go look up how many tutorials there are on YouTube, follow those, and make my own. Lo and behold, I was surprised to find that there weren't many. I found a few, and a few of them were pretty good, but I thought there would be so many on this topic because I'm thinking like camo, it kind of has like a fluid art look. I just thought there would be a plethora of fluid art tutorials on how to do camo paintings, but unfortunately I didn't find many. So if you have your favorites or you make fluid art videos and have camo paintings, please post them in the comments. I am dying to see this, but I'm kind of flying blind here and making up my own way of doing it as we go because I wasn't able to find many. But yes, my husband asked me very sweetly and politely if I would make him a camo fluid art painting for our garage. So I'm really excited about this one. I hope it turns out well. If not, I'll probably owe him something in return. But yeah, I'm excited to get started. Let's go. All right, so for today's canvas, we're working again on a Master's Touch Grandeur collection. It is a 24 by 24 inch gallery wrap canvas. And I usually work on Artist Loft, but the Master's Touch ones have been great and they're very affordable. So I'm really loving those. So I already have my back taped, pins for leveling, and we are ready to go. I'm really excited about this color scheme because when I think of camo, I think of drab green and warm gray and black and a deep brown. All of the colors that I love to use in all of my earthy tone paintings already. So when I was asking my husband about what kind of camo painting he's thinking about, he loves more of the drab colors, of course. And he also doesn't like it as busy. So there's, if you know camo, there's a lot of different designs and he doesn't prefer the busy ones. So we're gonna try, keyword try, I've never done this before. We're gonna try to do more color blocked, bigger versions. So I'm gonna leave a lot of negative space, hoping it fills in when we stretch it out, and we'll see what we get. I don't know, it's an experiment. Every time I do something, I feel like it's an experiment, and you guys are here to watch me either persevere or fail, but either way we learn something, right? So just going over our colors. So the 24 by 24 inch canvas, we're gonna need, I think it was about 25 to 26 ounces of paint. So this is gonna be my base color, this big green cup here, and this is a 16 ounce cup. So in order to make this color, I used Master's Touch Grass Green, and because I wanted to tone it down quite a bit, I also used Liquitex Basics Neutral Gray. So I know it doesn't look it in the cup, but I used almost half and half of the green, half of the gray. And I've used this green color before. It dries much, much darker than what it appears to in the cup. So just as a heads up, when I bring you back to the dried results, I think it's going to be a lot deeper in color. So I mixed one of those as the 16 ounce cup, and I also mixed this little 5 ounce cup as well. The next color is just the warm gray here from Master's Touch. It's a liquid acrylic in warm gray, one of my favorite colors. It goes so well with everything. It's a beautiful, cool tan color, which camo has a lot of. I also have the same type of paint, so Master's Touch liquid acrylic and raw umber. I use this one a lot as well. It's a beautiful deep brown that dries really beautifully. And finally, you can't have camo without a little bit of black. So I have a Liquitex Basics Mars Black here. And all of these are mixed with Curate pouring medium. I love Curate. I don't have to add water. It's very runny, super easy to use. So as far as consistency, they're pretty runny. So when I mix these, I add about maybe a quarter of the cup full of paint and then the rest pouring medium. So think of like a quarter paint to 3/4 pouring medium ratio, just to give you a little bit of an idea of what I use. All right, I think I've reviewed everything. Let's get started. So again, as my base color, I'm going to use my grass green mixed with the neutral gray, and I'm going to try to spread it out because I want a little bit of movement when I put down some of my puddles, but I want a lot of negative space and I want it to glide very, very freely. So this one I'm considering my base color. It's gonna kind of be the main star of the whole thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pour, well, maybe half of it. In the middle here, I'm gonna tilt it out, and then I'm going to probably use a spatula and just make sure our whole canvas is colored here. So just gonna tilt this out a little bit. I do have some air bubbles. Let me get those out. Okay. All right, there's some of it, and then I'm just gonna go around the corners and spread it out just a little bit more because we want a very good coverage on this, because we want our accent colors, if you will, to really be able to move freely on the canvas when we stretch it out. Okay, now that we got our base layer down, let's start adding our puddles. So again, I kind of want quite a bit of negative space on here. I'm gonna put a little bit kind of bigger blotches. So I think I'm gonna start with the black. Black's very intense. I'm gonna try to not add a ton, and if you've ever seen camo, they're kind of in just peculiar patterns. So I'm gonna try to be a little bit random-ish. But yeah, it's kind of like, they're not really in perfect shapes, kind of like weird shapes. So I'm just gonna do kind of oblong puddles, if you will. Maybe just one more up here, even though we'll probably lose it. At least we'll have enough paint there. Okay, I think that's good for now. I'll come in with the next color, a little bit of brown. I'm probably gonna put it very close to where the black was. And again, these are kind of just random shaped puddles. I'm not really paying attention to the shape of them, because in camo they're kind of random. But all right, okay. So maybe what I'll do, I'll put a little bit of this tan color in here and then basically fill the rest in with green, and then we'll get to stretching. Again, I don't really have a rhyme or reason as to where I'm putting these puddles, but just trying to fill some space in, make some, you know, different color combos. It's a little bit busy up there. I think I'll probably break that up with a little bit of green. I don't want too much of this bright tan. Let's see here. Just a little bit more up here. Okay. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Let's get to stretching. Oh, and I see one little green spot that I accidentally got in there. Let's just cover that up right now. Okay. All right, kick out my painter's cover here and let's get to stretching. All right, so I'm gonna go down off of this left corner first. Let me find the weight of the paint here. Okay. All right, looks good. We're gonna go over to the other side. Thankfully, I have a ton of negative space like I was hoping for. And again, I kind of want like bigger color blocks, so this is actually working out really well. Okay, bring it back down this way. And while we're down there, we'll go off of this edge here. All right, bring it back. All right, and then take it off this last corner here. There we go. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, it's definitely not busy enough in my opinion, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more. All right, so I really like this corner over here. Let's see if we can't move some to be a little bit more interesting here. I think I want to lose some off of that corner and then off of this edge. Okay, it's looking a little bit better. I'm just gonna bring it back this way, just a touch. Okay. Honestly, I'm not super in love with this. And I think I'm gonna do something I've never done before and pour more on top of something. So my favorite artist, one of them, Mina Villegas, I love her videos because she does trial and error, she fails, she perseveres, and she shares all of it. And it's funny because I was just thinking the other day, like, I never really pour extra. I kind of am like a one and done, like it is what it is kind of person. But with fluid art, that's so not true. There's so many people who will scrape it off and re-pour it again, or just, you know, continually pour until they get something that they really love. And I think today is my first time I'm gonna do that. So, okay, let me think about things I love. I think a color combo is good. I think in my efforts to be not very busy, I made it very color blocky. And for camo, I think it needs to be just a little bit more interest and more, yeah, it doesn't look like camo to me. It looks like camo colors that are color blocked on a canvas. So I'm gonna mix up some more of my colors and then I'll bring you back down. All right, we're back. So I'm just gonna make little puddles, I think, of places I want to add some more interest and have things stretch. So I'm gonna put like some puddles on top of puddles, and I'm hoping that helps quite a bit. Because I don't mind the edges, I just think the middle is so boring. All right. All right, let's see if this is gonna be any better. I just want it a little bit more busy. Okay, I think that is a million times better. I'm so much happier with it. I definitely think it's gonna dry really cool. So, and if not, we'll do it again some other time. This is all about trial, error, trying new things, learning from experiences. So let me grab the camera and I'll bring you down for a close-up of the wet reveal. All right, here we are, close-up of the wet reveal. This is pretty cool. I'm feeling the shapes. I'm very interested to see what it's gonna look like dry. Not as busy as I was hoping, but honestly, maybe my husband will like this more. I tend to like busier things, but but I think the colors are gonna dry really beautifully. I think there's plenty of balance between the green and the browns and the black, so I am interested to see what this is going to look like when it's dry. So that is where I will see you at the dry reveal. Okay, here we are for the dried result. So I think this one isn't as drab as I wanted it to be, so my husband really wanted like drab colors, and I'm not a huge fan of the shapes, but I think I have an idea for how I'm going to tweak it next time, how I'm going to make it better. I love the concept of doing camo just because it already kind of looks like fluid art in a way, so I'm going to keep practicing. I will show you some of those videos as I do so. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. What would you change about this? Like, what would make it look more camo? I'm thinking more drab colors and working on the shapes. I think it does need to be a little bit busier and not as color blocky, but let me know what you guys think.